Welcome everybody to NFT Nashville. It's been a long time coming. I'm very happy to be here. Very lucky to be part of the teams that joined together to put this event together. Number one, IBC Gang, which you won't see much of Tank until later, but it's Crypto Tank on Twitter. He was on the ground here for months, helping get this ready. IBC Gang, obviously. Very present in Twitter, on YouTube, on Twitch, and then we have Cosmos Spaces. Where Little Games is here. You might remember him as the host for the Cosmoverse event in Colombia. He'll be hosting, and you'll see quite a bit of him today. And my name is Joe. I'm one of the sponsors of this event as NFT Happy Hour, but on Twitter, I've talked to most of you guys. Cosmos DeFi on Twitter and also on YouTube. So before we get started today, I'm gonna give people time to jump on the live stream and join us from afar. But everybody that's here, you guys just got to see the next episode of After the Filter for the very first time. That's gonna hit the live stream a little bit later on after the Bad Kids speaking slot, which will be this afternoon, part of the stream. The way we have this set up for people that don't know that are watching on YouTube, there'll be two streams. This will be the first one. When we take a break, we'll end this and we'll go to a second link, which will be shared out on Twitter throughout the day. In between the two streams, while we're breaking for lunch, there'll be a Twitter space, there'll be giveaways. We have whitelists, we have crypto, we have NFTs that'll be given away this afternoon for people that are not here, that still have an opportunity to participate and get something. And we know that next time, maybe you will be here. So, just want to shout out the sponsors. For a complete list of sponsors, you could go to the website. It's nftnashville.io. We really appreciate the sponsors. Without the sponsors, this would not have happened. And some of the sponsors are here to speak to us today about different exciting things happening in the world of NFTs. NFTs are tokens, just like crypto, but they do a lot of different things, from standalone art and collectibles to DeFi games, ownership, and you're going to hear about some of those functions today from our different speakers. And I'm going to introduce the first speakers. Team Gelotto is here, so please come on up and.
Well, hopefully everyone's doing well. Very excited to be here. And Dave, thank you for running our slides. Cool, awesome. So my name is Rizvi. I'm the co-founder of Gelotto, and today we're here to talk about fractionalized NFTs. But before we dive into that, a quick overview of what Gelotto is, who we are, and where we're going. Gelotto is a Web3 ecosystem primarily focused on gaming, NFTs, and also running decentralized Web3 infrastructure like validators, relayers, RPCs, APIs, and so forth. Our primary focus is to make Web3 more accessible and fun. We truly want to target the audience, people who think, crypto is too hard or it's scammy or we can't get into it. That's who we want to build. And from the very start, we've always been a grassroots project. When we started this about 2 years ago, it was just Daniel and I coding and building stuff. And over that time, we built a team of over 15 people, with everyone starting from our community and sort of working their way up to becoming a core member. And lastly, everything we do, from our tokenomics, our NFTs, we put a really big focus on generating real yield where possible. At the heart of Gelotto, we built something called Staking as the House, which is our economic engine. At a very high level, Staking as the House is a DAO on steroids. We're able to come together, take the GLTO, pool it for a communal fund. Initially, this fund was used for games of chances and other products on the Gelotto platform to show bigger prizes, bigger rewards. and anything these games generated went directly to our stakers. We also see this as an opportunity in the future to lend out this liquidity to other protocols, devs, dApps, and put some sort of premium on it where all those premiums will go directly back to our community and our stakers. And as I said in the last slide, everything produced by staking as a house is all real yield because our token has no inflation, max supply. One of the great things that I love about our main asset, GLTO, is it gives you actual equity in what we're building. It isn't just a governance token. And when I talk about equity, I'm talking about all the different revenue streams we have, from validators, games, NFTs, and even in the future, off-chain things like merchandise. We want to run an ice cream store with NFT integration. All of that revenue is going to flow through staking as a house to ensure our community, our stakers, everyone gets access to what we get access to. So I want to take this time to also sort of talk about some of the products and games we built during year one of Gelotto and sort of where we started from. Initially, we created a simple lottery game. This was our opportunity to get into Cosmosm, sort of learn more about the ecosystem, learn more about Juno, where we started. So with our simple lottery game, you could use multiple assets, stars, and you could buy one or many tickets for higher chances, and essentially there would be one winner or multiple winners. And then from there, we built on top of that to build a new product called Gelotto Max, which is very similar to traditional lottery. You buy lottery tickets, you match numbers, and depending on what you match, that's what your payout is. And one of the cool things we're doing with this product is we're going to be integrating it into services like YieldMost, Restate, and it's going to essentially allow validators to be able to sell lottery tickets. So if you want to use your staking rewards, now you have another option. You don't have to restake, or you can actually use it in our products. So we're going to be supporting chains like Juno, Osmo, the Hub, and so on. And one last thing I want to mention about Gelotto Max, like a traditional lottery, if you buy a winning ticket at a gas station, that gas station gets a part of the jackpot. We're doing the same exact thing here to incentivize infrastructure providers to really use this service and give people access to it. The next game we built out is a game called Mortal Coin Bat, which is essentially a very fast-paced coin flip game. Instead of doing the traditional heads versus tails, you pick your different options like, Cosmo Joe or Don Kryptonio. You put your bets up, and essentially you can flip one coin, 100 coins, or even thousands of coins, which leads to a very fast-paced, dynamic game. Along with lotteries, we've also done NFT raffles. We support multiple platforms like Stargaze, Tori, Secret Network, giving users another opportunity to take their NFTs and do something cool with it, allowing people to buy raffle tickets and Gelotto token, Atom, and other assets. And then the last product I'm going to talk about is a game called Sports Square. It essentially allows you to bet on your favorite sports game like professional football, college football, NBA, and we plan to add other sports. And in this game, you're basically, if you look at a football game, you're trying to predict the score in each quarter if you're right, and there's a payout, different configuration. It's definitely, at least for me, who don't really watch sports, it's been a fun way to watch sports, gamble, and have fun. And being at NFT Nashville, it wouldn't be fair if we didn't talk about our NFT collections. We do have a lot of NFT collections with different utility, but the one I'm going to focus on today is our core collection, which gives you yield from all of our games, and also gives you access to VIP. So the Gelotto core series 1, 2, 3, as I mentioned, gives you yield from all the games. And on top of that, becoming a VIP member gives you early access to all of our products, features. It also gives you discounts on our games, merchandise, our services. And on top of that, it gives you access to free events like our poker games, Discord casinos, eventually real world events, and a lot more. And because Gelotto is built around staking as a house, our DAO, all of these rewards and perks can be upgraded in the future through governance. And just to show off what this looks like, our Series 1 has a max of 40, Series 2 has a max supply of 420, and Series 3 has a max supply of 69. And all random numbers and nothing to do with anything. And the very last venture that we actually launched this year is called the Gelotto NFT label. So throughout our venture, building out all these NFTs, collaborating with so many artists, we've learned a lot of different things. And we really wanted to take all these skills and things we've learned and help other people get into this ecosystem. So with this NFT label, we're essentially targeting people outside of Web3, traditional artists, musicians, even if you're a comedian and you want to get your content as an NFT, we want to provide all the services to make that possible, from doing all the smart contract work, from any type of consulting, if you want to do development, just anything that you need to help you take your art and craft and create it into an NFT so everyone can appreciate it. That's the goal of the NFT. Also welcomed Maria from Woman of Cosmos, who's helping us run this. I'm very excited about this, and we're going to be launching this officially towards the end of the year. And with that, I'm going to hand it off to our other co-founder, Daniel, to dive more into fractionalized NFTs and what this is going to mean for Stargaze. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Daniel, as you mentioned. So Gelotto is taking kind of you might have heard of fractionalized NFTs before. We're taking a kind of a different approach to it. We're calling it, maybe NFT fragmentation. So it's kind of fractionalizing NFTs with fragments. And so, yeah, so what is a fractional NFT? Well, you can just think of it as like taking an NFT and shattering it into a bunch of different pieces. So now you can take those pieces and you can do stuff individually with them. So you're not, so for example, if you can take a high value NFT and hold on to 99% of it and still use the 1% of it for doing something else. The first thing that comes to mind is when you have an NFT that has a lot of value, maybe this 1 million stars NFT, you might not be able to move it, but you want to do something with it. So what essentially is going to happen here is you're going to take that and then you're going to smash it on the ground and it's going to shatter into a bunch of pieces. And now you can take some of those pieces and do something with them, so you can unlock the liquidity. Maybe there aren't many people out there who can deal in $1 million or $1 million 1 million star NFTs, but they can do something with a 10K fragment. So it's kind of like you're taking an NFT and you create a lot of mini NFTs out of it, and now you have all the potential there. So that's the fortunate reason to do it. Kind of a natural extension of that is to be able to take advantage of loans. So currently there are Ethereum-based platforms out there for loaning NFTs as collateral. You give it to someone or you put in a smart contract and in return you get a loan. So here you can take an NFT, instead of offering the entire thing for a loan, you just take your fragment of it, use that fragment as collateral, and now you can still retain access to all the utility and yield that you would otherwise receive, through the the remaining fragments that you still hold possession of. Another feature of this that we're building in is the ability for these NFTs to distribute yield as well to the fragment holders. So, like Rizmi mentioned, we have this official NFT series. Each holder of the NFT series, they receive a portion of the revenue that's generated by our games. Right now, so for example, at the end of the month, we send out a dividend to all the holders of these NFTs. So in this example, somebody might own this NFT and they would receive 90,000 GLTO as their monthly dividend. If they fractionalize it, for whatever reason they might have in mind, into 3 pieces, now that 90,000 is equally distributed to the 3 fragment holders instead. So you can imagine there might be some interesting applications of this, both as an individual, as a DAO, or as a project that's offering NFTs with associated yields. Okay, now this part is going to be hard, so I just want to walk through a little bit at a high level of the technical details here. They're getting too lost. So this is kind of like a view from the smart contract perspective. I'm an engineer, so forgive me if I go a little too far into the technical details here. But the basic idea here is that so this is a scenario. So you have an NFT, you want to fractionalize it. What you see on the source NFT, that's the NFT that you want to fractionalize. You're Frank in this scenario, or whatever, you're Frank, okay? And And you go on the platform, you're like, I want to fractionalize this NFT. What essentially happens when you do that is a new smart contract is created, that logic and the data that's required to run this thing to kind of create this experience. And at the same time, a new NFT collection is created, the one that has all the fragments there. That, well, it's a normal, Scarface NFT collection smart contract that has those fragments. And one of the interesting things about this is that we're able to do this in a way that doesn't require anybody to kind of mess with data files. If anyone's going through the process of creating an NFT collection, you have to mess with a bunch of JSON files and images and figure all that stuff out. We're going to do this in a way where all of that is automated and has a minimum in terms of storage space, and it's also an efficient, fast process. So I'm kind of nerding out about this because it's going to be really fun to implement this. The last note I'd say about this is once you do fractionalize something, as long as you retain ownership of all 100% of your fractions, of your fragments, you can take the NFT back out. But as soon as you start trading it, now somebody else will have to take ownership of 100% of those fragments, and they can unlock it. So it's kind of like a lock and key or vault metaphor going on here. So that's the basic high level overview of the smart contract side of stuff. Here's a picture of me when I'm older. This is sort of what this is kind of like now we're going to go into some kind of unique ideas we have, what we're going to pursue as we build this. So in the previous slide, you saw something broken up to a bunch of random pieces, kind of like a shattered glass. Well, we're going to take advantage of a AI-assisted process called image segmentation, where you break something up into the high-level components that exist within the image. And then from there, you can trade and manipulate and play around with more meaningful parts like a head, a dress, I assume, nose, a mouth, and so on. So now people can buy and sell these fragments that are more meaningful and reassemble them in something kind of like like a puzzle, for example. So it's I'm excited, and I know there are a lot of possibilities that this will open that I haven't even considered yet. So going into the future, it's going to be interesting for me to see how this evolves. So that's kind of the first novel idea I'd like to present here. And we have many more novel ideas, and I don't have much time to talk. But so right here, the big picture is that we're going to be creating a new kind of marketplace that's specialized around these NFT fragments, both in terms of the specialized user experience, visual presentation of this information, something the puzzle-like, and beyond that, we're going to be pursuing. In this little example here, I kind of romantically named it, but this is someone trading some fragments from a bad kid for a women from Cosmos, right? I said I got that right. I can't go on. Let's mess that up. So they'll be able to buy and sell, but also directly trade. So it's kind of like trading cards kind of thing. In the future, we're going to be also developing this notion of a vault, which is the ability for people to pull their NFTs together, whether they're whole NFTs or whether they're also fragments, and basically take action together like banding to form a party. And this could lead to creation of games, creation of something like trading the ETFs, where you create a fungible token that represents the contents of a vault, and so now you can trade that token, with these assets locked up in there. So we're going to be exploring games where people can merge vaults, and I'll just stop myself there because I'm about to go into a rabbit hole with regards to that. But basic idea is we're pursuing the development of this new marketplace, and it's going to be the platform for everything we do going forward. And finally, this is just an outline of what I just discussed. We'll start off with releasing the initial fractionalized NFT contract, and from there build out the marketplace and continuing towards the end of the year, the social component that I described with people, forming these groups and doing shit, and then finally the bar and platform. So that's kind of like the big picture we have right now, and I'm just really excited to pursue this in 2024. So if you'd like more information or participate, come to our Discord. Check us out on Twitter. Yada yada, or X, sorry, the platform formerly known as Twitter, as they say. Thank you.
Joe, get on up here. Do your NFT thing.
That's it, yes. Actually, me, little games up here now. All right, before I announce our next speakers, let's make some noise for all of our sponsors, please. Give it up. And Risky, actually, you go over here for a sec. Guys, if you didn't check out Risby's Crocs, come up here, Risby. Oh my God, I think those beats Jacobs for sure. Can you hold it up real quick? Oh my God. Look at this. Can they see that thing? I think this one has a nitro boost or something. What is this? A compass? Oh, it's the hubcap.